Another live stream edition of Gman Fishing. Y'all, I'm gonna try and get a bead fish today for a little bit, anyways. I don't know if we'll stick with it, but we'll try it for a minute or two. Oh, I don't know if that was a fish or a rock. Couldn't tell you. No, hopefully I'm not too loud. Got this fancy new mic thing. Thanks to Josh. He was nice enough to send in a microphone thing for live streaming and stuff, so you guys can hear me a little bit better. So, thanks for joining us, Gman fan, Gman Fishing fan. Appreciate that. So, but yeah, we're just gonna throw a bead for a little bit. I got 3 different color beads. Don't know if it's gonna work. I would have liked to have been further down river, but there's just too many people out. So here we are fishing this spot again today. And it's windy and it's cold and everything in between. So just trying to get a steelhead on a bead or a trout or a whitefish. It don't matter to me. Just I want to fish. Thanks for hitting that like button. Appreciate that. 1 second, huh? So here we are. We're doing what we do best. Well, try to do what we do best. Nice. Cool. Glad you got a fishing rod for Christmas. Probably made your Christmas pretty good, huh? What I got was a lot of Kansas City stuff, which is awesome, and a new St. Louis hat, so that's pretty cool. I've had a couple bites today already. Nothing landed, so I'm trying anyways. I really wanted to fish further downriver today, but sometimes you just gotta fish where you can. I'm from Missouri originally, but I'm in Oregon. Been in Oregon the last 30 years. What up? Oh, nice. Smallmouth bass, huh? Smallmouth are fun to catch, that's for sure. I may make an adjustment on my tripod. United States. USA. I think I'll make an adjustment on that tripod. Try to get it out of the wind so it don't catch you so much and maybe won't blow over my tripod and stuff. What's up? Because that wind's making it shake a little bit more than I want it to. Trying to get it down behind that rock there to try to keep the wind from shaking my tripod and phone too much. I don't want it to go in the river, you know. So hopefully you guys can hear me real good and stuff. I would go further away, but the rock I normally stand on is underwater. It's about 3 feet high. It was high yesterday too when I was out here. I was hoping it would go down some by today, but we got more rain last night, so instead of the river going down, it came up some more. So not much more, but it did come up a little more. So I'm not a bead fisherman expert. I do it a little bit, but I don't do a lot. So basically what a bead setup looks like is you got a slinky weight, which is built for bouncing along the bottoms and the rocks and everything. And you got a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. Then you got a bead with a bead stop. And then you got a hook down below it. Right there. I know that seems like a small hook, but it'll handle most fish that hit it. And so you're just bouncing along the bottom just like as if a fish was spawning, basically. And some people will run 2 beads at a time. And some people will run them underneath the float as well. So there are several different ways to run a bead setup for fishing. It's just I have a bead rod set up that's set up for dragging or drifting on the bottom is what I got. So that's the way I'm going to fish it today. And I may not fish it for very long, for the whole live stream, because I want to fish other things. I've seen some people catch some whitefish today, and I've seen I've had a couple bites, so. But I've not landed anything today. So hopefully during the live stream we're gonna hook up, land a bunch, do what we do, you know. Final days of the season for steelhead fishing, and it's gonna close and the river's gonna close on us for 4 months. Then I'll be back to fishing reservoirs and stuff like that. Now we got the Crooked River that's going to be open, and there's part of the Deschutes that is open year round, down further than here. But to me, I don't like driving all that far to fish the river when I got it right here in my backyard. So. Fish jumping right in front of me, but they're not biting what I'm throwing. Tells me it's time to switch up. I won't. I'll throw a bead for a little bit longer. That way, if you guys got questions and stuff like that, I can try to answer them about bead fishing. I did tell everybody that that's what I'd be doing today, is bead fishing. Now, I would much rather fish it in shallower water, but like I said, there's too many people. So here I am fishing it right here, where I normally throw a jig and a bobber or a spoon or a spinner. So and you always start in close, and then you work yourself further out. You can always come back and start again at working it in close again after you've worked it in close and worked it further out. Because just because the first couple passes you didn't catch a fish, don't mean if you work the rest of the water that you can work and then come back to it, you may end up getting bit. The only thing I haven't thrown today is the slip float and the flies today. The only things I haven't thrown. I've thrown all the other rods today except for those 2 rods. And I'm going to throw those too. Trust me. I'm going to get to that eventually. It may even be during the live stream just to switch it up a little bit. So. Hopefully we're going to get bit on this bead setup, but I don't know if we will. I really don't. This is mostly because my confidence in a bead isn't here, it's further down. I have seen people catch them in this deeper stuff up here, on this deeper stuff. I haven't had any luck fishing a bead in deeper water. Usually my luck comes in the shallower water on a bead. But you never know when they're going to bite. So, oh, I just missed the fish right there. That stinks. Huh, that was quick. I wasn't expecting that. Here telling you guys we may not get bit on a bead in this deeper water. I just got bit. And I missed it. See if we can't get bit again. So, you guys, click like, subscribe, comment, share, please. Definitely sharing would help out because we're live streaming. If we can get more people involved with the live stream, that helps out, you know. Thanks for sharing, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, so this is just bead fishing for you. You're throwing out there with a slinky weight. You're just dragging the bottom and you're swinging in. It's what we call drift fishing. Beads. So. And then going further out and further out and further out. Sometimes I might cast way upstream and just reel with it and keep tension on the line in case if a fish hits, well, it's coming back down to me. I don't always recommend to cast way upstream because that's a good way to get snagged up and it's a good way to lose your riggings. Cool. Nice. Sounds like you got the whole setups there, bud. PS4 and live stream and watching the live stream. That's pretty cool. You can do all that stuff. See, this time I'm going to cast way upstream. And basically, now that I've casted way upstream, I'm just going to reel in with the slow. Hey, how's it going? It's going good for me. I've had a couple bites. I've missed everything that's hit today. So, you know, it's kind of the way it goes sometimes. You don't always catch them when they bite. And I said that I would do a bead video, so that's what I'm doing today. Nada. I'll show you my bead setup on the neck before I cast back out there since you missed the beginning of it. Oh, I missed him. Ah. Kind of the way it goes sometimes though, especially when, oh, fish on, fish on, fish on. Yes, fish on. Yep, fish on. Oh, he came off, no. Well, we had one on for a second anyways. Check our hook and stuff. It might be dull. Might have to change out the hook. So anywho, we got a slinky right there. We got an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader to bead with the bead stop with the hook. Check the, yeah, it's still sharp, so maybe I just didn't set the hook good, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't set the hook good. I know, right? Sometimes you miss them. Of course, I could have hit that fish, thought I missed him, and it was still on there, too. So, and when I let the slack in there, it could have still been on there, and that's why I missed it too. I really don't know. Yeah, we can't use soft plastics on the river. We're only allowed to use hard baits. and flies, you know, jigs, stuff like that. So technically we can use some soft stuff, but it can't be plastic. We're not allowed to use plastic down on the Deschutes River. Now down at Shears Falls, that area, you're allowed to use it. That's the only place that I know of on the river that you can use soft plastics and baits. And like worms and eggs and shrimps and stuff like that. But where I'm fishing at, you're not allowed to use any soft plastic. You can only use hard plastic baits. Because if that was the case, I feel like I could use a Kitech and catch more steelhead if I was using a Kitech. Although I don't know that they would hit a Kitech, but I would definitely be willing to try to catch catch a steelhead on a Kitech, or even I would try a fake worm, you know, a plastic worm. But because we're not allowed to use soft plastics, we can't do that. Although I see a lot of people using it, even though they're not supposed to. But I mean, to each their own. If they want to get a ticket, that's their choice. But maybe they don't know that they're not allowed to. I don't know. That's why I always say, you know, when I'm using a certain thing, I try to remind people not to use soft plastics on the river. Yeah, they definitely do have a restriction like that, for sure. Basically, what if I want a bigger bead than that, I have to go with a corky, because the hard beads, you can't ever find them any bigger than that. I'm not real sure what size this is, but I can pull out the package eventually and look at it and stuff. I got 3 packages. Once I cast this out there, I'll show you the 3 different beads that I've got. But yeah. So now that we're casted out there, we'll pull out the beads. See, there we've got an orange with a little white in it. It's a Brad's bead. I'm not real sure what sizes they are, but there's the orange one. I got 2 orange ones. My red one seems to be a little bit bigger, and I've got the red ones right here. Of course, you can use any color you want, because I've used green beads and caught fish. I've caught them on pink beads, and then another color orange, just a different color orange, but it's still orange. So, and it's always good to have different colors, different sizes, but the hard beads, I've rarely ever found anything bigger than the beads I've got. They're usually smaller. But the soft ones, you can find them big all over the place, you know. But of course, we can't use them on the Deschutes River. So, Anchorman Outdoors, how's it going? Do I like what? Yeah, orange gets closer to actually looking like an egg. I have seen yellow eggs out of certain other fish. So yellow works too, though. So does green. So does pink, for that matter, and purple. A day, huh? So yeah, I mean, my plan wasn't to fish this spot today, but there's just too many people out, and this is the only spot I could get to. So that's why I'm fishing this spot, where you guys see me fish a lot. But I catch a lot of fish out of here, so that's why I like fishing this spot. I like fishing this whole stretch. It's a good stretch to fish. A lot of fish, a lot of people though. But the Deschutes River, no matter where you go, it seems to be a lot of people. So that's nothing new. I mean, I've been fishing this river for 30 years, and it's the way this river is. You know? As people like to fish it, it's a world-class fishery. Well, this stretch of river don't have the brown trout. That's more up towards Bend south of here. Um, but like the whitefish, if you've ever cut them up, they got more yellow eggs, and they're spawning this time of year as well as the salmon and the steelhead and stuff. So, and I think that's why they work, is because the whitefish are eating the salmon and steelhead eggs and smolts and stuff, but the steelhead still have to eat, the trout still have to eat. The pike minnows still have to eat. So, I mean, I'm sure that they're eating. I'm sure that they're eating some of the eggs as well. So are you guys gonna do any fishing this weekend? I hope you guys can hear me pretty good. I got this new microphone thing here, so hopefully I'm not too loud for you guys. And it don't take very long to drift with the water being as high as it is. It's just still about 3 feet. Good. I'm glad that the audio is good. Still about 3 feet deeper than what it was. It's high right now. Just we've had a lot of rain, so. And there's nothing wrong with rain because we need the water. So I can't complain about that. Smells like somebody's burning up their car. Yeah. Big old cloud of smoke. Started smelling something, and I'm like, huh. Smells like somebody's burning up the car, that's for sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, I fished those coastal rivers a couple times over the last 3 years. I've yet to find them though. On the coast, you can use bait, can't you? And they're a lot smaller rivers than the Deschutes, aren't they? I just want to. I want to try something here. I want to switch rods for a minute and throw something else, just to see if we can't land a fish or something. Don't get me wrong. We might land a fish doing this, but I just get curious sometimes because I hit that one fish, and so sometimes I want to try something different just to try it out. Oops. Of course, I got 6 rods out with me today. So, but it's not uncommon for me to have a bunch of rods out with me anyways. Just not that uncommon. Yeah, you definitely got to check on them regulations, that's for sure. For sure. Yeah, there's a couple guys that come up here and they do the kraken fishing. They jig fish, and they like going over those coastal rivers, jig fishing, kraken fishing. And they were talking about it when I ran into them this year, going over there after the first of the year, doing some coastal fishing for steelhead. One of these years when I get over there, I'm gonna get me one of them coastal steelhead, one of them chromers. One of these times. Oh, basically what I did was I switched to a egg pattern fly with a prince nymph and a chronomidge. Now there ain't no chronomidges that I know of in the river, but you know it's just a small fly. Just try it out, you know. So here's this setup. Got a slinky on here, and I got a prince nymph, chronomidge, and then an egg pattern. This is a pink egg pattern. Well, it's kind of a really light pink with a red spot in it, like it'd been fertilized. Kids, hey, what's up? And the one thing about fishing the Deschutes is you never know what kind of fish you're going to catch. Whether it's a trout, a salmon, a steelhead, a whitefish, sucker, pike minnow. You never know. Caught a lot of pike minnow and different ones here. The thing about fishing the coastal rivers is people get mad at you if you put them out on videos. And like it's hard for me because here I am. I'm fishing and I love to fish and I love to put out content for people. And then people blow up my YouTube and everything because I'm putting out content fishing coastal rivers, even though I'm not putting out names of rivers. I'm not putting out locations, any of that. But every river I fished on the coast is marked in the books and stuff. So they're not private bodies of water. I don't want to blow up bodies of water either. I just want to put out content. I want to do different things for you guys. And you know, and people get mad at me for being a YouTuber. For doing something that is going to help other people catch fish. And so it can be hard sometimes being a YouTuber. Yeah, last year after the first of the year, what was it? I think we went over there kind of late, but we went over there for 5 days last year and made videos and caught a couple sea run, cutthroat, but that was about it. We didn't catch no steelhead over there when we went out there last year. The year before, all we caught was cutthroat, and the year before, all we did was cutthroat. But definitely fun going over there, spending a couple of days fishing for steelhead and stuff like that. That's always fun. Making videos and stuff like that. It's always a lot of fun. This year I'm not going to be able to get to go do that though. This year I started a new job and stuff, so I don't have the time to go over there and fish this year. So I can't do any traveling for a while for fishing that's going to consist of days and days and days and days. So yeah, crabbing's fun. I'm not so sure about razor clams and all that stuff. Yeah, I've done some jetty fishing, but not too much of it. I haven't had any luck jetty fishing. I've not had any luck fly fishing. I have done some fly fishing over on the coast for steelhead. Oh, so you didn't mean to put fly fishing in there, huh? I got you. All right, a couple more casts with this setup, and then we'll go back to throwing a bead. Because I want to stay somewhat true to what I said I was going to do. It's just that after missing that one fish, I just wanted to see if maybe it was a white fish or something. But obviously, I'm not even getting whitefish to bite, so it might have been something other than a whitefish. Thing about fishing this style is you're able to get steelhead to eat the flies too. So technically, I'm not really white fishing, but if I want to find out if there's any whitefish in the area, I'll steelhead fish like this. Yeah, it does. I got all my reels tuned to where I cast them pretty good. This one has the lose speed on it. Speed spool, 751 gear ratio. It works pretty nice. I got a buddy who all he fishes is lose. Now I don't generally fish lose that much. Most of my stuff is Shimano. It's taken me a long time to get the collection of Shimanos I've gotten though, because they're not cheap. They're not the most affordable fishing reel for people who aren't going to be fishing a lot. I mean, if you're going to fish a lot, I definitely recommend Shimano. But if you're just fishing once in a while, I don't recommend spending that kind of money on a setup. But are the Shimanos worth it? Yeah. They're totally worth it. Yeah, I've heard about that too. Hello there. Yeah, so they don't freeze. But I think they were using probably mealworms is what they are instead of maggots. But they look very similar. But yeah, I know they use maggots for panfish, for crappies and bluegills and stuff. Thank you. All right, we're gonna switch back to the other setup and see if we can't get another bite on the bead setup. Now, sometimes I think you need a longer leader when you're fishing a bead. Sometimes a shorter one will do. But I definitely recommend that you try different lengths. I definitely recommend that you try different sizes. Cool, I'm glad you're going fishing right now. So I definitely recommend that you try different sizes, different colors, because it gives you a better opportunity, in my opinion. Anytime you can use multiple different things, and that's why I've got 6 different rods set up with 6 different things, because trying different things can always improve your chances of catching fish. Well, thanks for joining us again, and you have a good day and be safe out there, huh? Today the wind has been pretty bad, on and off in spurts anyways. Bead fishing can be a fun and very effective way for catching fish, for sure. I've seen days to where throwing a bead, you're catching fish regularly, not just once in a while, but I mean, it seemed like some days you catch them every 2 or 3 casts. It seems like it may not be every 2 or 3 casts, but it seems like it sometimes. Like I said, it can be a very efficient way to catch fish. That's for sure. Steelhead fishing, trout fishing, it don't matter. It can be very efficient. Oops. Okay. I got hung up there for a second. I was gonna end up breaking off. I may grab my setup and go walk up to the top, see if the other guys left, because I'm not seeing anybody. I haven't seen anybody for a minute, so we may land up just packing up shop and walking down to another area if the other folks left, because I definitely like to try that spot, bead fishing. I've gotten a few fish bead fishing down there over the years, so I kind of like to do that if they left. That way we can fish another area with you guys. Of course, you guys have seen every area that I fish, so if you've seen enough of the videos or you've watched the live streams enough, then you've seen them. Then. Supposed to have somebody joining me today fishing, but they haven't showed up yet. They had stuff going on before they could make it down here, so. And the day's almost, well, it pretty much is half over now, so I don't know if they're going to make it down here or not. Ah. After this cast, I'll walk up there and see if that other vehicle's gone. Maybe the other folks have gone, and we can go down there, fish where I wanted to fish with the bead. I mean, just because we moved don't mean we're going to catch anything, but it might give us another opportunity to fish. I haven't seen anybody moving down there for a while. Maybe one more cast. Yeah, one more cast. Then we'll go and move. All right, man. Have fun. Be safe. Oh, I think that might have been a rock. I wanted it to be a fish badly, but I think now maybe it was just a rock. All right, we're gonna walk up there and we're gonna look real quick. Well, might have been a bite, might have been a rock. Who knows? My bead definitely slipped. All right, let's go for a little walk, y'all. Let's go see first, and if the car's not there, then we'll decide on if we want to. Rod and rifle, how's it going? Well, all I can say is if you're gonna do YouTube, try to put out content regularly. Don't miss week, But what I mean is by regularly is if you're gonna post once a week, post once a week. If you're going to live stream and all that other stuff, make sure you do it consistently. Like the river's getting ready to close, so I'm not going to be able to live stream as much. The other people down the way left, so we're going to go ahead and move down that way and go see if we can't find a fish down there. Just be consistent with what you're doing. Stay on topic of what you know, and just be consistent. It's the biggest thing, because if you're not consistent, that's how you lose people, because you're not putting out content. Like me, I post on Mondays videos, and then I try to put out one short a week, and that's usually on Saturdays, which I haven't gotten a short today because I haven't landed anything. Sometimes I forget to do the short thing, but yeah, just be sure to be consistent with what you're doing. Make sure that it's topics instead of getting out there and trying to do stuff you don't know. Working with other people help as well, and just I can't iterate enough. Be consistent in topics really, that's what's going to help you grow. That's what's going to help your channel the most, is those two things. All right, we're going to walk down below, see if we can't find any fish down there. Me and all my 500 rods, but they've all got a purpose, and I've used them all today. Every single one of them I've used. Live stream is the next best thing. I don't know. It might be. There's the car walking along the highway here. Got all these folks driving by. Now you might ask why don't bring the car down. because it's not that far, I can walk. If I need anything, it's not that far away. I can always run back up here and get what I need. Hello there. Question 1. Why you love chocolate or cheese or cake? Why I love chocolate? Because it's sweet and it's delicious. Why I love cake is it's sweet and it's soft and it's moist. And cheese, I don't care too much for cheese. Yeah, well, I carry so many because I've got so many. There's just so many ways to catch a fish, and I want to be able to switch out rods instead of retying every time. I want to be able to just pick up a rod and start fishing with it. So that's why I've got so many rods. Is because I don't want to have to tie up and set up a new setup every time. And I can just grab and fish, grab and fish, grab and fish. See? So hopefully that makes sense for you. So, and then if we have to run up to the car and get something, leaders or whatever, I'll just bring the car down here then. But for now, I'm just gonna walk down here and set up and get ready to start fishing down here. And we're gonna be throwing a bead down here as well, because that's what the title of this video really is, or live stream is. And so hopefully we're gonna catch something on a bead, and we'll throw other things if I feel like we got a better chance of catching a fish. And a lot of times I feel like I can get bit on something else, I'll go ahead and switch during a live stream. So we're gonna skip that spot for right now, and we're gonna come down here and we're gonna fish this other spot down here. Rods are starting to get a little heavy, carrying that many rods. All right. We're here. We'll get the tripod set. So, all right. Set the rods down, and then we'll get the bead rod. Get you guys set up and ready to start. Okay. See if we can't get you guys set up in a good position. Maybe drop the back one down just a little bit. Maybe it was. What do you guys think? You guys think you'll be all right there? I broke part of my tripod the other day. Well, yesterday. So I gotta get me either a new piece for my tripod or just buy a new one. And of course, they get tangled up like that when you transport them go outdoors. And then you got to get them untangled so you can fish. All right. All right, you guys. Back to it. Yeah, it's good. Thanks, I appreciate that. Now, when I wasn't looking towards you guys or close to you guys, could you guys hear me just fine? I hope so. New spot, new area, starting close. Don't have to be out there a mile to catch a steelhead. Starting close and then work yourself further and further out. It can help you catch more fish, that's for sure. Whether there's steelhead, trout, whitefish, suckers, whichever be the case. Sideways this way or that way? To the right, to the left? Hey, Ron, what's up? How you doing? It's fine. Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. Well, I've missed a couple fish already, so I haven't landed any. So today's the day I land a good one on live stream. Well, you're watching, Ron. Well, you're watching. The water is definitely high for sure. You missed out on yesterday's live stream, Ron. But it's probably just as well. We didn't catch nothing yesterday, so. And remember, steelhead fishing, bouncing along the bottom is important. You'll catch more fish if you're bouncing along the bottom than if you're just swinging it up in the water column. Thanks, I appreciate that. I love the hat too. You should have seen the hat I had on yesterday. I had my St. Louis hat on. That was awesome. And yeah, just bead fishing away. Trying to get you guys a bead fish. Chicken bomb. Oh, the Kansas City Chiefs, I know, right? They definitely seem like a... Oh, fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on, yes. Oh, good fish. Oh, no, he came off, no. Why? The frustration we're building for today. That felt like a decent fish too. Hey, South Africa. Glad you could join us. Chargers winning 20-7 for the Patriots. Oh yeah? Well, it doesn't surprise me the Chargers are beating the Panthers. Or Patriots, I mean. The Patriots aren't that good right now. They're working on it though, I think, but they're not that good yet. Quick release, yeah. That does happen as long distance releases. Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I'd rather reel them in so you guys can see them before I do the long distance releases. Of course, if I reel them in, there is no long distance release to happen, right? So that's what, 2 fish during the live stream that I've missed? That, I'm telling you, one of these days, well, I've already caught plenty of fish during a live stream, just not while Ron's watching. He's seen me catch 2 fish during a live stream. It's been, I mean, I've had a few bites today. I've had probably 6 bites, 7 bites, something like that, and I've only landed 0. So I've had 2 bites on a live stream, and the rest was before the live stream. So I want to catch a few of them on a live stream. So that's why I live stream, so I can fish and interact with you guys. Keep you guys entertained anyways. Maybe I'm using too small of a hook, because I am using a downsized hook compared to what I would normally use for the river. But I land a lot of fish on small hooks, you know. So I really don't know that that's my issue. I just think I'm probably just not getting the best hook set, is what I'm guessing. Nice. Catching good eating fish while you're on the ocean. Well, I don't know about dozens, but I've definitely seen a few fish, that's for sure. Definitely seen a few fish. I know on Tuesday when I went out, I caught over 20 fish, so. And you even seen a couple of fish I caught on the live stream later on. Well, at least one of them anyways, you were there for. Come on, fish. So we only got, after today, we've only got 2 more days of fishing, maybe an hour, and then the river closed. And then, see, I'm not fishing on Sunday, so I would say I have a full day and 2 hour days, but I'm not fishing on Sunday. And it's a rare occasion if I fish on Sunday. Very rare. Oh, nice. Did you make them tuna sashimi style? Which just means raw tuna. I know a lot of people like that tuna raw. Especially when it's fresh. And then see, now I'm going to work in close again and working further out again. Well, personally, it's a day for spending time with my wife. It's a day for going to church. So that's why I don't fish on Sundays. It's just my preference with my wife and God, and so yeah. So that's why I don't fish on Sunday most of the time. Sunday mornings are your favorite? Cool. I like Sunday mornings too. Sunday mornings are nice. Yes, God bless you too. Good luck to you too. Thank you, I appreciate that. Woo-hoo, it's a little windy for sure. Yep, going to church and spending time with the family. Always a lovely day when you can spend time with your family, go to church. Oh yeah, for sure. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. I may land up switching rigs just to try to get a fish on something else. I mean, we've already hooked 2 fish on this rig. We haven't landed anything, but we've hooked 2 fish. So I really want to land a fish on it, but you know, it don't always work out. Well, I hope I get one for you guys too. You know, it gets hard you know, live streaming when you're not catching fish for folks, and all you want to do is catch a fish for them and make them happy, make them smile, you know. Of course, I think you guys might smile once in a while because I'm funny. I'm not real sure about that, but you might. So, anywho, I've showed this rig a couple times, but I'll show it again because I got to get this weed off here. So, what I've done here is I've got a slinky. It's supposed to be a snagless thing, weight, but they do get hung up and stuff, and it's pretty flimsy and flexible. And then I got an 8-pound leader. Then I got an orange bead with a bead stopper, and then a hook. And now I'm taking the weeds off that I caught from the bank. There. So hopefully you guys can see that. And yeah, a lot of people would probably say that my bead or my hook is too small, but it's not. Really, it's not. It really comes down to preference with size of hooks. It really is. Basically what I'm doing is I'm drifting from this deeper water into shallow waters. So like where I'm fishing up above earlier, that runs anywhere between, right now it's running about 9 feet deep because of the high water, maybe more. But on a normal day when it ain't got a lot of rain and stuff, I'm only fishing about 6 to 7 feet deep. So it does make a difference. Yeah, the wind is bad, that's for sure. See, I got this new microphone set up here because my other one went kaput on me. Thanks again, Josh, for sending this in to me. I appreciate that, man. See, it's always nice when subscribers are nice enough to send stuff in to me. That's pretty cool of the subscribers, and I appreciate that. It's always cool when people are nice, you know. Always cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just basically what it's been like here for the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks. It's been nothing but rainy, heavy winds and everything. So it's definitely been a little bit well, a little rough, I guess is what I'm looking for. Please do smash that like button, comment and subscribe. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you all for joining me, even though we're not catching no fish. But hey, I get to do what I like to do. I get to fish and I get to interact with you guys. That is awesome. And each and every one of you guys make it all worthwhile. But like I said, I've got 2 more live streams to do from the river. One will be on Monday, one will be on Tuesday. And then live streaming is going to be Saturdays alone, because that's pretty much the only day I'm going to have to fish, because I have to travel to go fishing. And being that I have to work, I can't really travel. The reason why I can do this is because it's 10 minutes away from my house, y'all. So that's why I fish so much right now, because it's right here. It's in my backyard. I get here in 10 minutes. I live right across the river. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think anybody catches them 100% of the time. So, all the way up to the regulating dam. There's a regulating dam up above, and they can go as far as that. And then there's a fish ladder, but I'm told that they don't even use it. And, there's not even any water in the ladder, so they can't use it anyways. because there's no water in the ladder. So, but yeah, we got the pelt and regulate dam. So that's as far up as they can go. So, of course, I think if the fish ladder had water in it all year, they might use the fish ladder. I'm not 100% sure on that. They might use the fish ladder if it had water in it all year. But I've talked to people and they say that it don't always have water in it, so that may be the reason why they don't. That may be the reason why they don't go up it. You're welcome, man. Thanks for the question. I appreciate that. And regulating dams, another what? No, maybe 2.5, maybe 3 miles up. Let's go ahead and switch rigs for the moment. Just try something different, just for argument's sake, all right? Just for argument's sake. Yep, fish definitely need water. Huh? Okay, so now we're going back to this rig. It's just a slinky with 3 flies, a Prince nymph, the chrono midge, and a egg pattern. So we'll go ahead and throw that for a couple minutes here. Okay, back to questions. Yeah, generally what happens whenever people want to get a hold of me, they let me know something like this. And then, like, if you email, or not email, but if you go to one of my regular videos and just say, hey, you know, I like your email or whatever, a lot of times I'm nice enough to share my email with folks, you know, just because they want to send something or they want to conversate other than fishing. As long as it's about fishing, stays about fishing, then I don't mind sharing. And some of my older videos have all of my information in it, but because I do all the editing and everything, I tend to leave out some things like all of that information because I work a lot, I fish a lot, so I don't really have time to do the editing and all the other stuff that goes with it. If I didn't work so much or fish so much, I'd be able to add all that stuff in more often. Yeah, I had a good Christmas for sure. I enjoyed my Christmas. I spent it with my wife, had good food. Hey, I got somebody else's rig. That's more gear for me. I can't complain about that. Hey, that works. Yeah, I had an excellent Christmas, so I can't complain about that. Christmas is definitely one of the most wonderful times of the year. And, you know, we just got to remember what Christmas is about. It's not about gifts and all the pretty things we can get, but, you know, just we have to remember that it's about Christ and what he done for us, you know. I'm trying every fish for rod rig. I'm trying. Um, oh yeah, I can talk a little bit about the different choice in reels. So basically, this is the only non-Shimano reel that I'm throwing right here today. Okay, this is a loose speed spool. Um, it's a 7-1-5 ratio. It's a good bass reel. So far, for whitefish and stuff like that, I haven't really used it for stillhead fishing because I'm afraid I'm going to tear it up. But using it for fishing for whitefish and trout and stuff, it's really nice and it casts really well. It's a pretty good casting reel. So, but reels, a lot of times people see how well you can cast with the reel, but what goes into a reel performing well a lot of times comes into the right rod and how well it balances with that reel. Pound test line you're using, because if you're using too heavy a line, your reel don't perform properly. If you use too light of line, your reel won't function properly. If you use too much weight for a certain rod, your reel won't perform properly because the weight's too heavy for it. Finding the proper balance and proper balance of everything goes into how well your reel, your rod, your line, everything functions. Now this one, it's the only right-handed reel I've got. I use mostly the left-handed reels, but the price was right on this. It was free, so I'm not going to complain about that. And then I'll show you those other rods and use those other rods just to go over them with you guys. Okay. Let me do one more cast with this one, and then I'm going to just do one cast with every rod that I've got, just so you guys can see each reel and what I'm using with each reel, line, just the different things. All right. But yeah, there's a lot of different things into making a reel perform properly to get all that you can get out of a reel. A lot of times I don't like bass rods for stillhead fishing because it's hard on them, and I've torn up a lot of bass reels trying to find a good reel for stillhead fishing with a bait caster. So I've switched to a little bit more expensive rod reel, and they've held up a lot better. So I can't complain about that. Now I'm not going to recommend that everybody go out there and spend the money that they spend on a reel, because unless you're using them all the time and you're fishing as much as I do, it don't make sense to. So, and this is just a nice reel. I mean, it does what I need it to do. It's nice. So this other rod that I've got and that I'm using is a beefed up Shimano Corrado. It's the 201 E7 series. It's a good, sturdy, strong reel. The reason why I went with this was because of the reviews, how sturdy it was, and it was meant to take a lot of abuse. So I switched to the Corrados some time ago. Got a smooth drag. I'm using 20-pound braid on this one with fluorocarbon leaders and stuff like that, like I do with anything. But it functions well. It's got a good spool. It's beefed up, meant for heavier fish, heavier abuse. Like getting snagged up on the bottom, that's a lot what you do when you're stillhead fishing, and you're constantly ripping up on it, trying to get your stuff to come up off the bottom. Caught a lot of salmon off of it, a lot of catfish. This one I've had for 11 years. I definitely say I've got my money's worth out of this one. So, and balancing it with the right rod. helps out with castability. Um, you can go with a much shorter rod and still get a good balance out of it. The reason why I'm using such long rods is because I'm stillhead fishing. I like a long rod when I'm stillhead fishing. This is an 8.6 medium heavy action rod. Great balance, does what I need it to. You know, having proper weight and everything for it. The cool thing about this is it's got some internal brake systems. You can just take that out and see each one of those pink things. You can adjust a brake from right there. You push them in, pull them out. You can make it drop faster, slow it down, get it to where you cast it without backlashing it. So it works out really well. And then you got your free for all mechanism right here, and you just adjust that, loosen it, tighten it for castability. You go with the lighter one, you want to loosen it up. You go with the heavier one, you want to tighten it up a little bit. It's just a nice all-around reel. I use it for salmon, steelhead, trout, whitefish, catfish. I've used it for a lot of things, bass. It's just a really great all-around reel. And because it's the E7, it's a beefed up version of the 200 Corrado. The one just means that it's a left-handed. That's all that means. That's all that means. Really great balanced out reel. I've had this one for 11 years. It's served me very well. Really, if I wanted to, didn't need to buy all those other reels. After I bought that Corrado and my other Corrado, my two older Corrados, because they performed well and I've had no problem with them. The reason why I have so many reels is because I want to be ready to throw all kinds of different things. So if I have more than one setup ready, I can just reach and start fishing. Okay, here's my other green one. This one's my 10-year-old Corrado. This is the 300, the 301E. Now, what happened was my wife was buying me the reels. She bought me the smaller one first. I wanted the 300. Luckily enough for me, she was kind enough to buy me the 300. So I was happy. 301. And I use this one on a 9-foot medium heavy salmon steelhead rod for float fishing. It works perfect for what I'm doing. Got a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, got a 15-pound bumper line, and got 20-pound Power Pro braid with a slip float. And the reason why I like a slip float sometimes is because I don't have room to cast behind me, so I can reel all the way up to the float, bring it back with as little room as possible, wing it out there, and then that's what's nice about having a slip float, is you can reel all the way up to the float that you normally wouldn't have room to cast if you're using a stationary float, and then wing it out there and still be able to cast it a mile. So basically this 300 series reel holds a lot of line, got a lot of capacity, but you got to balance it out with the rod, the line, everything. And you, like my 201, it's also got the little side piece here you can take off and adjust the magnetic stuff, you know. And I can cast this one a mile too. But see, you can do the exact same thing with this one. Take it off. You can adjust your magnetics to speed it up, slow it down on your casting to keep from backlashing. And then you also got your speed control right here on the side. It's just a really good float for float fishing. I use it for catfish, sturgeon, bass, salmon, steelhead. It's just a beefed up version. I can tighten down and drag as much as I want and feel like the fish isn't going to destroy the reel. So they might break the line before they destroy the reel, but you get what I'm saying, right? Okay, here's my Here's my tiny little little reel here. This is the Shimano Corrado DC. It's the smallest reel I've got. It's a 151 HG Shimano Corrado. DC is just a digital control system. What it's got, I got 8-pound, nothing but 8-pound monofilament on there. And I've got a much shorter rod. I've got the 7-foot lightning rod by Berkeley. I could go with the bigger rod with this one, but really this is just meant for throwing light gear. Those other rods and reels are meant for throwing heavier stuff, not so light. See, so that's another reason why I do have a heavier reels is for throwing heavier gear. Still head fishing, you're not always throwing light gear, so it's good to have some heavier tackle, heavier rods, heavier reels for it. And plus salmon, you're throwing really heavy stuff. Sometimes you're throwing plunking with railroad spikes. Sometimes you're throwing 3-ounce pieces of lead out there drifting for salmon and stuff. So you definitely need heavier gear when you're salmon fishing, and still head fishing at times. Yeah. Hopefully I'm explaining this stuff good enough for you guys. And I'm getting behind in my comments, but I was asked to do this, so that's what I'm going to do. So we've been through 4 rods now, I think, which means we got 3 more to go. And that was just on a little light Panther Martin. It's definitely for my lighter gear, that's for sure. When I bought this reel, I thought for sure I was going to tear it up right away. Definitely thought I was going to tear it up because of how small it is. So, this is the last bait caster we got with us today. This is the Shimano Corrado 201 HG. I've got 8-pound braid, or is it 15-pound braid? Power Pro. Got a clear fluorocarbon leader, and this is for throwing quarter ounce to 1/2 ounce spoons and stuff like that. Got it on an 8/6 medium action rod. Make sure I said that right. Yeah, medium action rod. Cast it like a dream. I can cast it a mile. I can fish with it. This one, to take off this, you gotta do some fancy stuff with it, but I won't do that just yet because I got my line out in the water. I want it to function if I get a fish to bite. But proper line, always good. You see, you'll notice I use 8-pound leaders. You don't need any heavier than that, especially if you got your drag set properly. You got your everything adjusted properly for your reel. You don't need anything more than 8-pound test when you're still head fishing. A lot of times you don't even need more than 8-pound test when you're salmon fishing for 30-pound Chinooks. If you know what you're doing, you got to adjust it properly. But the thing about the Chinook fishing and stuff, the salmon fishing, depends on where you're fishing and how many people are fishing there, and if you got room to do it right. So anywho, that's that one. I'll show you real quick. So you got this little knob here, and it's built for different types of line. You got fluorocarbon, you got mono, you got braided line. So it does different braid. That's to help you with your castability, what that does. And then to open up your side here, You just push that in, twist that out. See, and you got those same plasticky doodads in there to adjust. And you put that back on there. Good to go. And then your tensioner knob, your drag. Just balancing everything out helps you out a lot. Okay, this is a crack. Normally, I'm not using this one on the river unless I'm doing like a cracking video. Or I'm throwing really light lures. So I've got a jig on here. Got some 8-pound braid, Power Pro, and a jig. And so basically what it is make sure you keep your thing tightened down, your handle, your drag system, and make sure that it balances out on your rod. Just got to balance out everything. See how balanced that is? It's a medium light rod, so it's meant for throwing light gear. And so basically what I do with this one on the river is I just use it for cracking, which is basically jigging. You just throw it out there and you do this the whole time. It's a light rod. This can wear you out. Cracking can. Throwing it out there, doing this all day can definitely wear you out. So a light rod for this is definitely a must in my opinion. Not throwing heavy gear when you're cracking. You're throwing 1/8 ounce jigs, 1/4 ounce jigs. You're not going too awfully heavy with it. It'll definitely make your day a lot easier when you're cracking fishing or jig fishing. It really depends on who you're talking to, because if you're fishing with crackers, crack fishing or crackers, they call it cracking is what they call it, and you're just doing this all day long. And then I'll grab that last rod, and this is a Shimano Nexava, or however you say it. It's still a Shimano. Still a Shimano. They make a good product, and the spinning reels are a lot cheaper than the bait casting reels, that's for sure. There's that one, and then here's the last one I've got. And this is just a float rod. I mean, I can use it for other than just float rod fishing, but that's what I use this one for. So it's a Shimano Sedona 3000. It's got a 20-pound braid on it, and basically what it is meant for flinging a float out there with a jig. Reel that up a little bit now. Right now I've got this Dixie float on with a pink jig. Now this one don't balance out quite as good because I got that big old float on the end. But if I took that float off, it balanced out a lot better. But being that I want that float for float fishing, I'm not going to take it off. Throw it out there, and then just drift it down and just watch until it goes under. But I'm fishing pretty deep, so this spot I'm going to get hung up pretty quick because I'm fishing way deep. Well, with the water being high, I might not, but balancing it out with some good braid with a good rod. I'm using this one basically because the rod is meant for float fishing. That's the reason why I'm doing it. Hopefully I've explained it enough to where you guys will understand it, and I didn't bore you guys to death, I hope. And this is just a spinning reel, a 3000 series spinning reel, good sturdy reel, you know, paired with the right kind of line, paired with and that works out really good for steelhead fishing with the float. So now let's get caught up on all the questions now that we went through the gear, what we're using. You want to see the box that I'm using? So I got just a small box. It got blue foxes, Panther Martins in there. There's a couple Panther Martins, blue foxes, spoons. I got a couple different kinds of spoons for steelhead fishing. That was the Stilly, and then I got the Cast Master and the Thompson spoons, all good for steelhead fishing. And then I've got a bunch of jigs. I got these jigs here for steelhead fishing, cracking or throwing underneath the float, because the cracking jigs you can use for throwing underneath the float, and that's how I always do it. Unless I'm like making a video for cracking to see. And then I got a one that it's called it's a green jig anyways. They call it a I'm drawing a blank for some reason. And then the bluish one, pink one. Pink and black is always good color. Pink and white, orange and white, always good. Black and orange, black and orange. Black and red, it's always a good color. And then pink and black. So that's just, going over stuff that I'm using regularly. These are all things. This box is just for steelhead fishing only. It's small. I can just throw it in my hoodie pocket and go to fishing. And each one of these rods has a different purpose, so that's why you see so many different things. So stationary float is key when you got room, because sometimes you don't have room, so you use a slip float instead of a stationary float like the Deschutes float that I'm using on the stationary float rod. That's why I use such a long rod when I am fishing with a stationary float, because then I can cast it better. To where with the slip float, you don't need as much room to cast. So you can reel all the way up to the float and then wing it out there and be able to still fish it efficiently. But sometimes a float rod, a stationary float, will get hit more than a slip float, because basically what happens is you throw a stationary float, it goes directly to the depth you want it at, and it stays at that depth. To where a slip float, you throw it out there, then it's got to slip all the way down the line before it gets to the depth that you want it to, which when it hits the water can keep you from catching a fish if there's a fish there. So sometimes it's important to have a stationary float. Yeah, I've been throwing shiny stuff today. I haven't had any luck. Nice. New fishing rods coming in tomorrow. Sweet. New gear is always awesome. It is always awesome. Caden, I will go and have a look at, and if I find your email, I will email you, and then I will send you some stuff, because I caught my own fishing business. Wow, really? Wow, cool. Well, go to the store and be safe, and come back when you get to when you can. Yeah, when it catches begin. I know I took a long time to explain that, didn't I? Yeah, you can twitch right and left. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, GoPros are nice for doing this kind of stuff. Cool, that'd be cool. Steelhead Alley. Yeah, kind of the way it goes when you fish. You're gonna lose stuff. professional fisherman, huh? Just try different things. I mean, if you want to have success and have a chance to beat them at a competition, just try different things, you know, because you never know what's going to work. I mean, what they're using might work, but you might find something that works better, and just don't tell them about it. All right, man, be safe. Cool. Oh, my wife's on here again. No, I'm not underneath the tree. I'm good. Rock caught special? Yeah, for sure. River giving back, huh? Sure. Any nibbles? Yeah, I've missed a couple fish. Hard to hear me. Yeah, well, the wind can be a problem, that's for sure. Hi from the UK, how you doing? No, I haven't caught anything yet. Yes, they are a very yummy fish. Back to fishing, y'all. Sorry that took so long to explain all that stuff, but, you know, hopefully I've done a good enough job for you. That was a lot to go through. A lot of rods, a lot of rods to go through. Yes, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm not catching much, but I'm doing well, thank you. I'm hoping to catch something. I may have to just abandon the bead fishing altogether and just go to throwing something else. I'm fishing for steelhead. That's what I'm fishing for today. It's what I've been fishing for the last 3 months. All right, man, be safe. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy your day. Sorry it took so long to go through all that stuff. All right, let's throw something else out there. I think we can get something on a live stream if we're throwing something else. It might take us a minute to get something, but we're gonna try anyways. And that's just going back to this shiny stuff. And throw that a few hundred times during the flight. Because I feel like if I can drift down into that deep or that shallow stuff enough, maybe I can convince a steelhead to bite. No, I haven't caught anything today. I've missed a couple fish on the live stream, but I haven't caught none. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate that if you guys could do that for me. Definitely shiny things work pretty good for steelhead fishing, and loud things. What I mean by loud is like bright colors. That's what I mean by light, or bright, or loud, is colors. Boy, we've been live streaming for quite a long time, haven't we, y'all? Oh, in Minnesota, huh? Right on. You guys catching any? Is it iced up over there yet? Are you doing some ice fishing yet over there? I want to go to Minnesota to do some ice fishing. Just don't tell the wife. She'll be like, no, no, don't do it. Don't you go out there on that ice. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I want to. Just don't tell her. She's watching right now. That's why I say don't tell her. Windy days are hard to cast, for sure. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. See, and then when you cast out there with all that wind, 10 inches of ice, wow. Yeah, I imagine it would be pretty sloppy if you got rain yesterday on 10 inches of ice. Oh, that wind really has picked up some, that's for sure. Got some salad. Anybody want some salad? I got plenty of salad. Maybe not be catching any fish, but I got some salad. That's for sure. I'm sorry that's a live streaming hadn't produced fish, but kind of the way it goes at times, you know. I've done bead fishing. I think I've done just about every type of fishing today. The only thing I really haven't done was the slip float fishing. Really. I cast it one time with the slip float, and that's it. And that was just when I was showing it. It just stinks that I've had the bites, but didn't land anything. Well, they can get up to, you know, the biggest one I personally caught was 12 pounds. Pretty good sized fish. But they do get bigger. They do catch 20 pound stillhead, so. But me, I've never caught one that big. I've hooked into some big ones and lost them, but I've never caught one that big. Thanks, I appreciate that. It is a beautiful view. We got a little sunshine today. That's a plus. It hadn't been sunshiny much at all lately. There's been a lot of rain and wind and stuff, and it's still really windy, for sure. All right, I got it all the way out of the snags without snagging up. Yeah, I can try to cast upstream all I want to, but that wind blowing, it's just not going to work out too well. But after the live stream, I'll go back to recording on the chesty, and I'll go back to trying to catch fish off the live stream when I'm done live streaming. But right now, with me being on live stream, I'm not recording. I will record on like Monday and Tuesday when I live stream. But today, because I got time, I'm not really. I recorded this morning before I got on a live stream, but because I've been live streaming, not I'm not recording on the chesty. I don't know if this still is even gonna work. I'm sorry, y'all. I might have to try something else again. Yep. Low battery light just came on, but we got time. We got time. We can still fish with the low battery light on. It's once it gets down to 10%, that's when I start getting worried. That's when I start getting worried about it. That's when I start getting worried about it. So we still got time. We still got time. 20% battery. We can live stream until we get to 10%, and I'll call it a day. Live stream. So, how you guys liking the live stream? Looks like you guys are liking it pretty good. You guys are still here. I think I've live streamed for almost 2 hours. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. 2-hour live stream. Y'all, thanks for joining us. Sure. Now up there in Minnesota, you guys got ice fishing for pike, right? As well as what else do they ice fish for? Bluegills and perch, probably out there. Trout too, right? Trying to remember what all I've seen people ice fish for in Minnesota. There's a fish. There's a fish. Yep, fish on. Did he come off? Oh, what in the world? I can't seem to keep him pinned. I can't seem to keep him pinned. Ugh. I dislike not being able to keep them pinned. That just drives me crazy more than anything. It just drives me crazy. There's 3 fish on the live stream I've missed. That will drive me crazy for real. I don't know, y'all. I mean, we fishing, but we ain't catching nothing. Can't we just land one fish for the guy? Come on, fish. All we need is one after another. Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys for making this the last day that we get to, fish a full day. Live stream super special. I appreciate that. It definitely still been uh, special, even if I didn't have as many people watching today. But it's always nice to see a good group of folks um, watching. Pasta? Is that what you're saying? A pasta? I don't know. Don't know. Italy? Wow. Wow, that's quite a ways away. Pasta? Yeah, I like pasta. Good stuff. Yeah, fishing. Yeah. Yeah, I can see you're in Italy. Yeah, fishing for steelhead and trout and everything else that might bite. For sure. It really hasn't been that slow of a day. Before the live stream, I had like 6 bites. During the live stream, I've had 3 bites, and for whatever reason, I can't keep them pinned. So I don't know what's going on. Pass fishing? I know. I don't know what a pass is. I'm fishing for steelhead and trout. That's what I'm fishing for. Spinning? No, not spinning. I'm using a bait caster with some flies on it right now. Bounce along the bottom, drifting. I was hoping my buddy was going to be here so he could be my cameraman so I could fish down further, but all the spots further down on this stretch, I have to walk out on the logs and fish from the logs to fish properly. And so I wanted to throw the bead through there, but just not working out today because I don't have a cameraman. I generally don't have a cameraman anyways, but sometimes it's nice when I got one. What frame do I use? I don't know. I'm just using my phone to do this right now, and then my chesty GoPro for others for when I'm not live streaming. Oh, down to 10%. No! Battery's going dead on the phone. No! Come on, one fish, come on. I want to land one fish with 10% battery. Come on, fish. Well, anywho, y'all, I don't know if we're going to get one on this live stream edition or not, but my phone is going dead. I'm going to have to turn you guys off here in just a second. So, but we'll try. We'll try. We'll try. Surely on the fish, huh? Hello. Hell yeah. From the Dalles, nice. Cool, fishing the Deschutes, nice. How did you fish the Deschutes for steelhead? Might I ask? I fished it every way possible today, and I ain't done nothing but miss fish today. I ain't done nothing but miss fish. Oh, fly rod? Yeah, I do some fly fishing on the Deschutes too. I'd like to get a spay rod so I don't have to have a lot of room to fly fish. Spay rod, I've seen people using them from the bank and just winging it out there a mile for steelhead. For sure, that's always fun. I've hooked a few steelhead on a fly rod over the years. I've yet to land one though. Usually, I guess I'm outmatched. Bag bouncing shrimp on the click-tat. Yeah, where's the click-tat at? I've heard of it, but I don't know where it's at. Come on, just one fish. That's all I want. One fish on the live stream. I've missed 3 or 4 of them on the live stream. But oh, Washington side of the. Okay, I got you. Well, I don't know if we're gonna get one on this live stream edition because I'm gonna have to get off here because my phone's gonna go dead. I mean, I tried everything for you guys today that I could to get a fish on the live stream. I missed them. That's my fault for missing the fish, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You can't win them all, right? So, y'all, I hate to say goodbye with such a good crowd today, but, you know, it is what it is. And I'm sure you guys won't hate me for it. I'm sure you guys won't hate me for leaving. You guys have a good rest of your day, too. Remember, y'all, to catch, kiss, and release fish once in a while, it ensures we have a future fishery for the next generation. So, till next time, this is Gman Fishing. After we're done with this cast, we're going to reel in, and then we're going to disconnect from the live stream. So, y'all, thanks again for joining us and making this last full day of fishing a success, of having you guys interact with me. I appreciate that. So, we'll be live on Monday and Tuesday. I'll actually put out a video also on Monday. So, y'all, thanks for joining us. Until next time, this is G-Man, and we're out. Of course, after the drift is finished. Because we may land up hooking a fish. But we're still out. Yeah, yeah. One more cast? You always have to. Okay, I have to make one more cast, he says. So here we go. One more, he says. David says, one more. So there you go. There's your one more. Now can we call it a day? Well, live stream. Because I'm not done fishing until dark 30. So. Hello from Brazil. Hey Brazil, how you doing? I like that style, David. I like that style. He got one more cast out of me. That's good. That's good. I like that. For real though, we gotta go. We gotta get off here so I can charge up my phone. Y'all, thank you. We're out.